Coming very soon is going to be the return of a really, really great event that is happening in the city of Newark, and it's with a terrific organization. It's a golf outing that really brings out some big names and has a lot of support, and it's to help out a group called the Newark Mentoring Movement, which has really made a difference in the lives of so many young people in that city. My guest with me on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline is the board co-chair of the Newark Mentoring Movement Group, and he's also a corporate CEO, and he's here to talk about their annual charity golf outing that is coming up in early June. Ron Piervincenzi is with me this morning on WCTC. Ron, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
Good morning, Bert. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Good to speak with you. I was in the city of Newark on Sunday. I was there at an event at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, and I continue to see steps and strides being taken forward in that city with a call for jobs that are coming back there. They still feel as if they have a chance with maybe this Amazon second headquarters could have some interest perhaps in the city of Newark. But I think what your group is doing, Ron, when you work with young people and you give them some inspiration and give them a sense of hope, I think this is something that creates a pretty bright future for the city of Newark, and that's what Newark, the mentoring movement, is all about, right?
Yeah, thank you, Bert. In fact, you're right. Youth mentoring is really taking the long view. But I have to say, in the 8 years we've been working, perhaps it's not as long as we thought. Mentoring takes hold very quickly. And Newark is really, I think, really well fit for mentoring. There are over 50 mentoring organizations in Newark, and the Newark Mentoring Movement, rather than deliver mentoring, is essentially a mentor to the mentoring programs themselves, helping them accelerate with a goal to double the number of youth mentored in Newark in just a few years.
It's great to see. And do you see people, Ron, who have maybe come through this program and were mentees themselves? They're paying it forward as time goes on, and they're coming back and kind of giving back to the next generation of young people in the city?
So it is happening, but I'll tell you something that's even more remarkable is there's a new trend called peer mentoring, which means that they're able to give back even while they receive mentoring themselves. Eagle Academy in Newark is an example where the peer mentoring program comes across. They're not necessarily exactly age match, but maybe just a couple, 3 years difference. High schoolers mentoring middle school. So they're able to even do that even before they themselves have graduated from their own mentoring relationship. I
like that. It's almost like a lateral sort of thing where while you're a part of this program, right away you're helping other people and kind of lifting each other. You know, there's a saying, Ron, that for every ladder rung that you go up, reach down and pick someone up one rung with you. And it goes a long way. And that's what mentoring is all about. And I love seeing stuff like this in our cities. I really do.
Yeah, I love that. It's actually hard to imagine now. It's 8 years since sitting in a conference room in Newark. There were 7 or 8 of us, including at the time Mayor Cory Booker, and we were discussing mentoring and said, how about we create an organization that doesn't mentor? And it seemed like a crazy idea at the time, but since then it seems obvious. The best way to be able to bring more mentoring is not to compete, but rather to bolster and lift all the other mentoring organizations across the city. Yeah,
that's how it's done. I can imagine being in a city boardroom like this saying, what if we did a golf outing? Right away it's like, okay, where are we going to play golf around here? But this outing now is in its 8th year, and this really gets some big support as well. And you had mentioned about then Mayor Booker, of course, now Senator Booker, and now presidential candidate Booker. Is he still involved in the organization? Is he still an active supporter, Ron?
He has supported us at every fundraiser, every one of our annual fundraisers from the very first, all 8. He doesn't golf. He's a terrible golfer. He will tell you that himself. So he doesn't even try. But he runs around on a golf cart like a wild man, saying hello to everyone. But mostly he spends his time with the mentees. Every year we bring more mentees to the group, and the senator spends time with them. And it's amazing how fast he can bond with these youth from Newark.
And it's so great to see him still involved and still kind of giving back to the city that he, of course, played such a role in the renaissance of that city with arts and culture and sports entertainment. And it's great to see people moving back to the city of Newark. I'm still seeing development and building and all kinds of stuff just happening all over the place. And I think, again, like I said before, mentoring programs like this that give young people a sense of hope, they're going to stay there, Ron. They're the future of that city, and they're the people that are going to be making the decisions there. So when they kind of plant roots there, I think it's a great thing to see going forward. So we want people to get involved and, of course, help the organization out. And this golf outing that's coming up on June 3rd, this is a nice way to kind of get involved and kind of meet the people that are involved with the mentoring group, right?
Yeah, it's a great event. You know, in some ways, golf is the least important thing you could think of when it comes to mentoring youth in Newark. But it's a way to rally support, to rally fund, and it's the biggest fundraiser of the year. And in addition to that, it's hooked us up with the New York Giants, starting with Michael Strahan. Back 8 years ago as our first spokesman. And once he started, of course, his morning show, he wasn't available to join us golf on a Monday morning anymore. But since then, you know, to his great credit, he's passed it on to Justin Tuck and Zach Diassi. And I think just like the best way to make money in the NFL is to be a long snapper. It's also a great spokesman because they tend to hang around on the team for a long time. And Zach is bringing out Michael Thomas, Jeff Beagles, Antoine Bethia, Billy Ard, a whole bunch of them. There's something about the culture of the Giants where mentoring resonates in the organization. They've committed a huge amount of time, and so they're our partners, not just at this event, but throughout the year.
Yeah, it's true. It seems like when pro football players will support something, it kind of gets, you see some big numbers and you see some big turnouts. Here in New Brunswick, where I do the privilege of doing a live radio talk show every day in New Brunswick, we do a big tree lighting downtown every year, and there's a guy that plays for the Giants that went to New Brunswick High School, and he comes out every year for that tree lighting, and I'm telling you, Ron, we see big numbers of people that come out just because, wow, there's a guy from the Giants here, which is pretty cool. So the golf, again, is coming up on June 3rd. This is at the Bayonne Golf Club. Still some spaces for players or foursomes or sponsorships, Ron? How can people get involved?
Yeah, there are a couple of foursomes available, and also the website, newarkmentoring.org. That's the site for the Newark Mentoring Movement. Please check it out. See what it's like. I kind of describe the NMM as a mentoring accelerator, and all the work and actually some of the direct granting goes right into the Newark mentoring in the city. Almost no overhead whatsoever, just investments in mentoring.
Wonderful. That's good to hear. And your position, Ron, your day job, if you will, as a CEO, having corporate backing for groups like this is real important. And you talk about why your company, your United States Pharmacopoeia, why you're part of this and why it's an important thing for you.
Yeah, it's actually a little backwards. Actually, it was my work in helping found the Newark Mentoring Movement with Mayor Booker that inspired me in the nonprofit space. And after leaving, I was a consultant at McKinsey in our New Jersey office. And I went on to lead USP, which is actually a nonprofit, 199-year-old nonprofit setting medicine standards for all the medicine in the U.S.
Wow.
So it inspired me to go into that space, and now I've stayed in. It's, of course, a different scale, different kind of work.
Sure.
But despite having to move out of New Jersey, I've stayed on the board and stayed active in NMM all through these years. Good
stuff. Great for you. And thank you for the work that you and the board and everyone who was involved in making the lives of these kids that much better with this organization here. Really kudos to you, and thank you for all the work you're doing. So thank you again for the time. Good luck with everything on June 3rd for the golf outing and continued success with Newark Mentoring Movement, Ron. It was great talking to you today, okay?
Well, lovely talking to you, Bert. Have a great day.